Hey, listen, get out of my ship, okay? Get out of my ship. Okay, back to the New Year's party. So, today we have perspective, close looking.
Ooh, yes you do. Hello everybody, bonjour.
Everybody gets off in front of me.
And we also have Boss Bianca.
Hi everyone.
We have Holly Hobby here in her kitchen.
Howdy, folks.
And we have Iced Misto. Hello, the best DJ ever. And of course we have Danny D, our media producer. Come out, Danny. Oh, yeah. Okay, everybody. All right. Welcome to the AGO countdown from 4 to 5 p.m. Aren't you glad it's not midnight? I know I am. Anyways, so first of all, before we get really into this, we need to be I just want to acknowledge the land that we're on. The AGO does operate on Indigenous territory, and it's the Anishinaabe Mississauga territory, and also the Wendat and the Haudenosaunee. So I just think we should be grateful, okay? And be really grateful that we're on this land, even though we're in digital space. Let's recognize it. All right, so Bossy Bianca, can you explain what's going to happen or say hi to some friends?
Welcome families and our friends from Owl Connected. And whether you're celebrating in your little bubble or you're by yourselves, we are so happy that you're joining us here in this New Year's Eve celebration inspired by Studio 54. Please let us know where you're tuning in from. We'd love to hear from you. So if you can pop your responses in the comments section, that would be amazing. Now, Disco Dixie, is there something you want to tell us about a word?
Yes. I'm inspired by Dixie, who was in Pee-wee's Playhouse, because I love Pee-wee's Playhouse. And I thought the funnest thing they do in that show is they had a word of the day. So guess what our word of the day is, folks?
What?
Guess what? Disco! Okay. So I'm going to test it out. Whenever we say the word disco, what are you going to do? You're going to go, woo!
I think of you and I dream of you.
So, okay, Holly Hobby, what kind of music is this?
I think it's disco.
Okay, so, Inspector Close Looking.
Yes.
Bonjour. Can you tell us a little bit about Studio 54? What is this all about? We don't know.
I certainly can. Well, there is a lot happening today, and there was a lot happening in New York at this time, both socially and historically. And Studio 54 was a way for people to experience an escape. I'm going to share a little bit about Studio 54, which had a really specific type of theme or aesthetic or look. The music, the stage lights, the glamour, creativity, and expressive freedom. So that is what we're inspired by for our New Year's Eve countdown today. So really, what is Studio 54? Woo! It was a club in New York City, aka the Big Apple, where people went to dance and party together in the 70s, specifically 1977. People really liked dancing to music called disco. Woo! And that's what we're dancing to today. So the club became world famous, and lots of famous people would hang out there. It could be a really hard place to get into, though, so people would dress in wonderful clothes and costumes to get in. Have you ever heard of this saying, short and sweet? Well, that was what happened in this case. The club was only open for 33 months.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
Whoa.
So it was also just this time when all these crazy great things were happening. There were some pretty great songs that were released at that time too, like Dancing Queen by ABBA, Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. So I have an important question. What is your favorite song to dance to?
I got it. Celebrate good times. Come on. Woo!
This is your celebration. Celebrate good times. Come on. Celebrate.
I love
Such
this
a
so
good
much.
song. Such a good song.
So good.
So what we're going to look at today, though, is a picture from that time. So it's pretty exciting. And it's a really important picture because we're looking at a black and white photograph taken by a fashion photographer. His name was Guy Marino. And
Beautiful.
the photograph, I know, right? And the photograph's title is Pat Cleveland on the dance floor during Halston's Disco Bash at Studio 54. So Halston is also a famous fashion designer, and Pat Cleveland hung out with him so much that they called her a Halstonette. And Pat Cleveland is a supermodel and actually one of the first famous African-American models. So shout out to that, because that's amazing.
Woo!
And so Pat Cleveland is dancing at Studio 54. And in the exhibition, this image is going to be printed as a mural taking up a whole wall. So you can just come in and see the dress and Pat Cleveland. It'll be amazing. So let's look a little bit more closely. I'm going to take my magnifying glass here. And let's look at this picture. Can you spy a person behind Pat Cleveland?
Yeah, what are they doing?
Yeah, who is that?
Well, we're in a club, right? So what do you think they might be looking at?
The band?
Maybe, or all the people dancing. You have to imagine a great big huge place with everybody in costumes and dancing and having the time of their lives. So it's very exciting. And Pat Cleveland, on top of this crazy place that's full of dancers and full of people celebrating, pops out of the dark background wearing that shiny pleated lame dress. And lame is the name of the fabric. So she seems to sparkle and glow out of the frame and almost like liquid metal cloth, right?
Ooh.
So I'm wearing my sequins to be inspired by her.
Beautiful.
She also seems to be frozen in a twirl. So she's actually just like caught like this. And when you see her, she's also holding her dress up. So it looks like an upside down fan. So I think what we should do is try and grab whatever's closest to us, whatever we might have in the house. I just happen to have a piece of paper next to me.
Okay.
And we
so
can
do
make
I.
a really quick paper fan just by folding back and forth. And I'm using paper right now. So I'll try and do that just back and forth on the piece of paper. And then I'm going to do one of those kind of like magical on the TV, on the internet things where really quickly I'm working with this paper, and then all of a sudden I fantastically bring forward even tinfoil. You can use tinfoil to make your fan as well.
I love that.
So there you go. We have our fan. It kind of looks like Pat Cleveland's dress, all shiny.
True.
And everybody, if you can try, I know we've gone really quickly, so if you haven't finished, you can keep working on it and use it throughout the time that we're here. You can, I'm a little hot, so I'm also going to fan myself a little bit too. So what I think we should try and do is maybe we can do a little bit of a dance with our fans.
Yes.
And just to make it a little bit extra fun, I'm going to yell out freeze while we're dancing to see what poses we end up in with our fans. What do you think?
Oh, I love freeze.
Sounds
Love
fun.
it.
Yay! Okay, so we're going to dance. Use your fans, everybody.
Woo!
Okay, freeze. All right. Freeze.
That was amazing. Bossy Bianca, can you tell us a little bit about your outfit and why you have a unicorn beside you?
Well, my look is inspired by Bianca Jagger, and she rode in to Studio 54 on a white horse. Mine's a little bit of a unicorn, but I mean, pretty much it's a white horse. And this was a huge thing. Imagine riding into a club on a horse. I can't imagine.
Wow. 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 Bianca, can you bring us into the Project Distant dress up and we could share all of our looks?
Absolutely. Thank you, Inspector Close Looking. If you have dressed up today, or if you will a little later, take a picture and tag it at hashtag distant dress up so that we can see it. Maybe before we get into that, maybe if all of us on the panel can just kind of share a little bit about what we were inspired by. Maybe I'll start with you, Dixie Disco, quickly.
Okay, so yes. So, okay, very quick. I was inspired by Dixie, who's the taxi driver in Pee-wee's Playhouse and plays the trumpet and introduces King of Cartoons. So this is a collar made by Emily Gove, who's an artist, which I love. I added this to my husband's hat, a letter D. This is my dad's university jacket from '71, which I love. It's mustard yellow corduroy, okay? Like
Hat.
Okay, and then this is like a Value Village thing. And and this is a Corey Moranis bracelet, just to be really high fashion.
Dixie, love it. Holly Hobby, a little bit about your costume.
Howdy. I was inspired by Holly Hobby, and if you don't know who Holly Hobby is, ask your parents. I was also inspired by Dolly Parton. I'll just take you around so you can see my skirt.
Oh, I love it.
I love it. Thank you, Holly Hobby. How about Inspector Close Looking? Tell us a little bit about your look.
I want it to be over the top. So I have beautiful pink tresses like this that I can throw around. Also, because I did a close looking video, I have the silver version of Warren Scott earrings. Plus my light up tiara. I felt it would go well in a disco. Purple feathers because Dixie Disco told me I had to wear them. And sparkles to go with Pat Cleveland. Plus I have a monocle so I can keep looking closely.
So good. Iced Misto and Keylock, a little bit about your look for today.
I have everything I'm wearing is vintage from Kinston Market. Everything is, and then this is also from like a clothing exchange.
Ooh.
And I thought the sparkly shirt was like a nice touch for disco.
Love it. Awesome.
So for me, I am just inspired by the looks of the 70s. So I see that a lot of the people in the 70s, they like to wear the silk shirts and not buttoned all the way up. Sometimes they have a fancy hat. Looks like they went to the finest designers just to get their looks. So
that's incredible.
Even though everything here is all thrifted and it's all vintage, except my pants, but either way, still gotta look like $1 million.
Amazing. So good.
Love it.
Well, earlier this week, Sarah Fabrero, our assistant curator of youth and engagement, Dixie Disco, wasn't she just fab on that interview?
Pretty amazing, if I do say so myself.
Had a wonderful chat with Genevieve Wallen, curator and overall creative genius, who shared her personal views on playing dress up. And what I loved about it was this idea of taking things that you find around to create these incredible looks. So my beautiful necklace here is created from an offcut that I used to actually cut from my background. So here, just kind of using decorative elements to create a fab outfit. So let's cue Genevieve's look. And
Please.
let's see. All right.
All right.
Everyone. All right. What do you think of this
What do we
look?
say? What do
you think?
Amazing.
Amazing. I love the purple.
I love the Hawaiian lace from Dollar Store sewed up to look like fringe.
Yeah, this is pretty fab. And in her interview, she says that this is a self-proclaimed art substitute teacher / hippie cowgirl look. and she was
Oh.
inspired by the music videos of Imami Coppola, a legend of a cowgirl and the Orville Peck queen of the radio. So if you have a chance after this to kind of check out those videos on YouTube. And again, I love the DIY elements of these printed caps with embellished lace on there. Now, let's take a look at our next look.
Yeah, you don't need money.
No, not at all. Here's Sabrina's look, inspired
Ooh.
by Bratz doll times an elf princess look. What do you think about this one?
It's stunning.
Stellar.
So
It looks
good.
like Billie Eilish to me,
For
It does.
sure.
It does.
Especially with the green. I love it.
right?
Love
Right, and
it.
those are her mom's yoga pants.
Oh, so good. I love the glasses as well. Let's take a look at our next look. Look at this.
Wow.
What?
Speechless.
Yeah. Here, this is Calvin, and Calvin wrote a quick little blurb for us. So I'm just going to read it out because I really love what he had to say about it. So he says that the theme for my distant dress up revolves around a gothic aesthetic in high fashion. In order to further understand and gain inspiration from high fashion goth, I decided to watch Alexander McQueen's runway shows as a reference to exaggerate my everyday look. The accessories I included that can be found around my house are the bird feathers from previous costumes, silver jewelry, and eye makeup. And with a background in photography, film, and visual art, I wanted to take a cinematic approach towards my editorial photo shoot and elongate my post to project a form of confidence and resilience that I wouldn't normally embody. So this is
Amazing.
incredible. I love,
Okay.
again, the everyday use as well.
Love it.
And
Amazing.
our next image, let's do that.
Oh,
Wow.
so interesting. So interesting.
What's
look
happening here?
They look
Well, I
great
know-
with the glasses.
This is a mother and daughters who are twins. And so I really loved how this looks psychologically because they look connected and so it does look like one body a little bit.
I love it. I love the play with photography, the superimposed images, and even the scale as well. And it also asks us, who are they looking at? Where are they looking?
Yeah.
Where are
Good
they?
question.
Yeah,
They
where are
look very fancy. They look very, very rich. They look like they just moved from somewhere and they're like, listen, do you know us? Do you have any clue that we're royalty of I don't know where?
They're too cool for school, and I really need to shout out the shoes. I mean, we haven't paid enough
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah.
But also the little bunny at the back. Did you see that?
Oh, I just saw that for the first
That's such good
time.
close looking.
Oh,
Alice in Wonderland kind of vibes. I love it. And our last image.
yeah!
Wow.
Time!
So lovely. The decor, the skeleton hands, the circle pattern on the shirt, and the decor on the top with all those circle repetitions. I just love it. Now,
The black and white, the graphic.
Yeah.
fantastic. Now it's your turn. So let's see what you've come up with. Look around you and you can use whatever you have around you to transform it into a costume. And when you are done, we'd like you to share it at #DistanceDressUp.
Woohoo! Thank you so much, Bossy Bianca.
You're
We
welcome.
really appreciate all your support. Okay, so let's do a little dance session with everybody at home. Iced Misto, can you bring it up?
You're what I want, but not what I need. No good for me. If you're the cure. Oh yeah. You're the
This
core.
dance move's coming out. This is making me move differently. Okay, so let's go through the recipe. Let's get it. Oh yeah, Danny. Juarez, help us make the show. Okay. Holly Hobby, share with us what's going on in this kitchen. What is it now?
Howdy. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my kitchen. I've always got something cooking up in here, and I'm so excited to share with you a very, very special recipe made by an artist named Mich Boache. And they made an amazing recipe based on family and memories. So that's a really sweet thing to share with all of us and for us to bring into the new year, right?
Yes, that's really special, actually. That's really, really special.
Yeah, so hold on, let me go grab my special recipe.
Please. Where is it?
Ooh, I wonder what
Well,
it is.
She's opening the fridge.
They're just
Woo!
cooling in the fridge, and here they are. Can you
Oh.
guess what these are?
No.
Well, it's not a cookie,
Brownie?
and it's
Brownie?
not a cake, and it's not a brownie. They're actually something called Nanaimo bars. Have you ever heard of that?
Yes, I have. I love them.
Usually you might find them in a church basement.
Yes.
But Nanaimo bars, they're actually very distinctly Canadian, and they're named after a city in BC called Nanaimo.
Nanaimo. I didn't know that. Do we have anybody from Nanaimo in the house?
Yeah, good question. Is anybody here from Nanaimo? Let us know.
Oh, yeah, there are two people. Wow. And from Scotland.
Amazing. Oh,
And
I
from
wish you could try my
Scotland.
bars.
I wish so too. Can you put it up close to the screen and maybe we could take a bite?
Absolutely.
Let's take a
So
Yeah.
I wish I could feed all of you a big bite. Take a big bite.
Delicious.
Mwah,
More
mwah, mwah.
closely.
So Nanaimo bars, we don't exactly know who invented them. There's a lot of different iterations that have happened throughout the 30s and the 50s, but we do know that there are traces of using these ingredients together as far back as the 19th century.
Really?
So that's a long time that Nanaimo bars have been, hanging around the earth.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Are they big
Another-
now? Do people eat them now? You can find them
No.
also at hospital cafes.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
usually they have a yellow line through it. So tell
Yes,
us what you
so-
did.
So what classifies a Nanaimo bar is, and I'll bring it up close, there's always going to be a cookie and coconut bottom. Delicious.
Delish.
So you make that. Also, Nanaimo bars are not baked. So everything comes together in the fridge, which is so different. So we need cold to make Nanaimo bars, not hot. So you make a coconut cookie layer.
Okay.
Then in the middle is a custardy icing. And that is made in Mich's recipe with butter and custard powder and sugar. But
Delicious.
since I don't eat dairy, mine looks a little different. I used almond butter and oat milk and coconut sugar.
Wow.
So it's a little bit darker, but it still has that kind of fudgy, creamy texture.
Delicious.
Amazing.
Yes. And then on top is a thick layer of chocolate. So you have coconut, you have graham cracker cookie, you have chocolate, you have a custardy, in my case, almondy. It's
It
amazing.
doesn't get better. It's amazing.
I have to take a bite. I'm sorry.
Please,
Delicious.
Please.
Now,
please.
where can we find a recipe for this delicious Nanaimo bar? Where can I go to find the recipe so that I can make this myself?
You can find the recipe
Oh.
on AGO Makes on the AGO website. So if you just click learn,
Yeah.
make on the AGO website, you should be able to find it.
Amazing.
Perfect. Thank you
This is
so much,
fantastic.
Holly Hobby. Holly Hobby, are you eating Nanaimo bars for New Year's Eve dinner? What are you making for after this show?
I am making mussels and fries for my dinner.
God, are you the fries going to be with mustard and mayo, maybe?
Absolutely. All the condiments in the world. And
Excellent.
I think the appetizer might be Nanaimo bars.
Oh, that's good. Now, for everyone watching us, what are you eating tonight? Share a very quick kind of, your rundown of your menu, what it is that you'll be eating tonight. And for those of you who are tuning in from Ireland and Quebec and Memphis and Aberdeen, Scotland, let us know what are you eating tonight. And are they going to be 9 ammo bars or something delicious? Let
I'm
us
sure
know.
they will be something delicious. And now, everyone, folks from all over the world, because literally millions of you are whatever you call it, plugged into our show. We now have Iced Misto and Keegan from Toronto Hustle Sessions, who have put on a video on the website, How to Teach the Hustle. It's such a cool dance. It came out of the Bronx. 2 Puerto Rican teenagers created it. It's a street dance that came out of disco music, and actually it's a street dance that got brought into Studio 54. So they taught us how to do it, and they're gonna do it right now. Okay, everybody, video's off, so we can actually look at the dancers.
Can't get enough, ooh, can't get enough of your love. Can't get enough, ooh, can't get enough of your love. I lost control, can't get a hold, baby. Can't get enough, ooh, can't get enough of your love. Can't get a hold, I lost control, baby. Can't get enough, ooh, can't get enough of your love. I lost control. I just gotta get you back 'cause I want some more of your loving. You grabbed a hold of my world, my mind, my heart, my body and soul with your loving, baby. Can't get enough, ooh, can't get enough of your love. Sold, 'cause I want what it's got to give me, oh yeah, that quality loving. Yeah, it's pure gold. My world, my mind, my heart, my body and soul need is loving, baby. Can't get enough, ooh, can't get enough of your love. Can't get enough, ooh, can't get enough of your love. Oh, my man's got a hold on me. His love is so good, it's controlling me. Oh, my man's got a hold on me. His love is so good, it's pure ecstasy. Can't get enough, ooh, can't get enough of your love. Can't get enough, ooh, can't get enough of your love. Your love, I need your love, ooh, I need your love. Give me your love. Your love, give me your love. I want your love. Give me your love.
Oh yeah,
Can't get enough, ooh, can't get enough of your love.
amazing, 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 amazing. Let's go back on. Let's put our videos on. Let's do this. You are both so amazing. I can't. What is that music? I love it so. What is that music? I love it so much.
Is that disco?
Okay, folks. So the last thing we really need to talk about before we do this countdown is an activity you may have noticed online called How to Make a Disco Ball.
But Dixie,
Yeah?
I'm seeing a lot of amazing meals that's coming in from the chat. Can we share what people are making for their dinner? I think
yes.
that would be so fun.
Great
Oh, yes,
idea,
please,
Holly
please.
Hobby.
Please, Holly, read it.
So we have a sun-dried tomato pasta happening in one household. That sounds
Ooh.
really good. We have Kathleen McLean with Extrava Pasta.
Kathleen.
Strava
Details.
pasta.
Who's
She's our
great?
friend. Hi, Kathleen.
We have Oren F making a snack platter with ribs and vegetable spring rolls.
Oh, I love that. I
You
love
invite
that.
me
I
over
love
next
that.
time?
Is there a trivia night happening there? Can I come?
Seriously.
With nachos and champagne in another household.
Oh,
Oh, I'm getting jealous. Okay, we've got
So
Steve
good.
Levine, who's actually my father-in-law,
Ooh.
and he's making Turkish lamb chop, or probably Ellen Levine, Turkish lamb chops, green beans, and lemon potatoes.
Oh.
But I don't think we should skip the cheese fondue. 'Cause
By
the cheese
Yeah,
Annie.
Annie Roper's
sounds
making cheese fondue.
I want that.
And-
That's what I vote for.
But
and
also
homemade
of
bits
that.
and bites. Homemade
Yum.
What
bits
is that?
and
What
bites.
is that? Is that like the Cheerios with the shreddies?
Yes.
Oh my God. I wonder if she's putting sugar on it. Cause I just went, remember in the 80s, I don't know if it's still a big deal. They put sugar, they put it in a basket and it's like the cereal bits and bites, but with
It like
sugar.
caramelizes it.
Yeah. It's a
Ooh.
Christmas
Yeah.
Annie, you're just gonna have to share that recipe because this sounds too delicious.
Ooh.
thing. I wonder
delicious.
if the bits and bites go into the fondue.
That's
Whoa.
next level. That's
know,
next
right?
level.
That's a lot.
Woo.
It's the Cheerios Cheerios and Shreddies. Okay, love it. Okay,
it.
so folks at home, we love you. We have just like a little bit more time. We need to show you Bossy Bianca and made this disco ball. Show it to us.
Da, 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 da. I'm gonna move my horse a little bit over.
Oh,
My goodness.
So
Hello.
over here, we were super inspired by Amanda and Leslie Ashton's creation and chat about making a disco ball. So over here, we didn't really want to make any disco ball. We made a disco bird. So over here, you see we've added some pieces of paper that we found lying around and some foil with a little tail feather that's spinning so that
I love that. What is that?
It's
What did you use as
level.
feathers? Like, what is that paper?
this is just pieces of paper that I found around, just white pieces of paper.
And what is under? Are you using cardboard?
There's cardboard, yes. If you watch Amanda's video, she
Yeah.
suggests that you use a template of either cardboard or a piece of something a little bit sturdier like cardstock so that you can tape foil or any other creations on top of it. And it's
And
really
so-
to your imagination. You can do whatever you like.
And you
She's
can find that
created-
on AGO Makes, right? Just under
Yeah.
Learn on our website. And there's a whole video that shows you how to do it. She even made stars too.
And she made a
Whoa.
rainbow.
Whoa. Okay, folks. Iced Misto, we need you to put on some music, first of all. We are going into an epic countdown. I don't know, folks, if you know the artist Diana Vandermeulen. She is so fun, and her work looks like cotton candy in a tropical field of video games. Hey, that's a good description.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, so that is going to happen, and we're all going to do a countdown together. And Danny D, are you there, Danny D? Are you ready to share this epic video that she made for our countdown? And then, folks, we're going to end with a dance party. So dance with us in your living rooms, okay? Iced Misto and Keegan are going to take us out. All right. So, I just go ball. Mothership is sharing screen. I think there's a problem my house. I'm really sorry, folks. So listen, if we could stop sharing screen, Danny D, then we could say goodbye to Inspector Close Looking, Holly
Oh, au
Hobby,
revoir.
Bianca Boss. Please get out of my room. And listen, everybody. Sometimes it's hard being a host and a mom. But listen, Happy New Year's, everybody, from the AGO.
Happy New Year.
Bonne année.